Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of The Mat. My name is Kat Windorf, and I am a certified Nesta Sports Yoga instructor. Today we're going to work on how to transition from Warrior 1 into Warrior 2. For those of you joining us from a chair, most of these poses can be done from your chair, with the exception of a few. When we get to the ones that are totally standing only, you can go ahead and do the breath work, because remember, yogis, breath work is where it's at. With that said, let's roll out our mat and begin. We're going to start from the transition from when we go from downward facing dog to Warrior 1 into Warrior 2. So we'll just start down into the Warrior 1, which you remember is the inverted V. Okay? So we'll come down. We're going to come down into tabletop. Let me give you a better glance at this. So we'll do tabletop, and then fingers are spread wide, toes are pointing back. So now you're going to bend your toes under, and you're going to lift up into downward dog, which is the inverted V. So your body is shaped like a V. Your fingers are spread wide. Your heels may or may not touch the ground. It doesn't matter if they ever touch the ground. Your toes are supporting you, your palm of your hand, your fingertips. You're pressing all the weight throughout the hand, not in one particular spot of the hand. It's very important to distribute the weight. Your head is pointed towards the ground. You're not straining or stressing. You're pressing your weight evenly between the heels and the fingertips, and your body is shaped again like a V. If you remember, we come from the downward facing dog or from tabletop. You could do it technically flow from tabletop into downward dog. And then you're going to take one of your legs and bring it forward into a runner's lunge. So shuffling forward. And sometimes that requires you to make some body movements and alignment changes to get that knee positioned properly. So your knee is in between your hands and you are on your back toes. So now you want to lift up and bring your hands, and I recommend to your waist to bring you up, and then your arms up into your Warrior 1. Now, from Warrior 1 to transition into Warrior 2, you're going to turn your back foot on a 90-degree angle, okay? And when you do that, your body shifts, so again, you have to realign. And now bring your arms down like a warrior. You're going to look over. For my example, I'm on my right leg, so I'm working my right hand. Look over the tops of my right fingers, straight ahead to a drishti, or a focal point, something in front of me that's not going to move. Maybe a scene on the wall, maybe there's a piece of art, maybe there's a lamp, maybe there's a cat in the room, but she might move, so I wouldn't keep my eye on her. But yes, that's what you want to do, a drishti or a focal point. And now you are in your Warrior 2, the warrior of strength. And to get out of your warrior, you can turn your foot back, bring your arms down, and now you can go back down into your lunge. You can bring your leg back. Now you're back into your downward dog, and then you can transition from there. And we will do that into a plank position normally, which we will get into on the next video. And then bring our knees down, point our toes back. Okay, we are in an upward facing dog. And then usually we would curl our toes under and probably go back into a nice downward dog, like that. And then move on from there. So that is how we transition from a Warrior 1 into a Warrior 2. But that's not all. We're going to do a little bit of a flow this morning with what we've learned so far. So we're going to begin. We're going to do an inhale and an exhale. Inhale and a nice exhale. And inhale for me. And a nice exhale. And we'll do one more inhale. And exhale, let it out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Now I want you to let it go and inhale up. Let it Really go as you spiral all the way down with your hands through your heart center. Touch the floor. I want you to hang over your front toes the best you can. If you touch the floor, great. If you don't, that's great too. It doesn't matter. Just come down and release. Let it go. Hang. Let it go. Maybe do a little wiggle side to side if that feels good. And now we're going to inhale halfway, lifting up to our knees with a flat back like in a tabletop, where if I was to set something on your back, it wouldn't fall off. Looking down at the floor. And now exhale again. We'll go back down. Let it go. Come on up with a nice inhale. Arms spread wide up to the sky. And now we're going to exhale with our arms out. Opening up, back down. Halfway lift again, flat back. Exhale it down. Now I want you to walk your hands out in front of you all the way with your fingers spread, coming down into what we call the plank pose, where you're hovering, your arms are straight, they're holding you're up on your tippy toes, and you're hovering over your mat looking down. Now I want you to place your knees on the ground, your toes are pointed back. I want you to come back and spread your legs open and put your buttocks onto your heels, and now you are transitioning into child's pose. Head is touching the ground, fingers are spread wide. Breathe in for me through the nose. Exhale fully through your mouth, let it go. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring your knees together for me. Walk your hands back forward into tabletop this time. Want to do a cat-cow? I want you to look up, breathe in, come forward, round it backwards towards your chest. Let it go like a cat. Inhale, come forward, look up, exhale, round it like a cat. One more for me. And exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. I want you to curl your toes under and lift up into that downward facing dog. From your downward dog, you want to pedal it out. Remember, your heels do not have to touch the ground ever. Pedaling it out, a generous bend in one knee and then the other. Working out those hips. Just let it go. Press back towards the ground. Let those heels go back as much as they can. The knees come forward. You're working on release of any tension in the lower back. Now find stillness with your heels going back towards the ground. Now we're going to lift up the right leg. Point your toes back. Bring your knee towards your right elbow, and then shuffle your leg through to your lunge. I want you to come up now into your runner's lunge. So your neck is still facing forward. Your head is facing towards the ground. You are in your runner's lunge. You should feel some tingling going through your body, because that is the energy of what you're working on. Your toes are pointed under, and you are down in your runner's lunge. Now to come up, you're going to put your hands on your hips and slowly come on up. Bring your arms up above your head. Warrior one. Now we're going to go into that warrior two. We're going to turn that back foot at a 90-degree angle. Realign your body if you need to and bring those arms down. Right arm pointed forward, back left arm pointed back. You are in your warrior posture. You're looking out over the front of your middle finger to a drishti, or a focal point in front of you. And you're going to hold it in your strong warrior posture. You are a warrior. You are fearless. And to bring it down, we can transition by turning our back foot to the front of the mat, Bring our hands back up. Do a nice inhale, and then bend at the knee. Come back down into that runner's lunge. Bring that back leg back, toes pointed under. And now we're going to come forward into a nice plank and hold it. Breathe in. Release to our belly. Hands stay where they are. The knees come down. Toes are pointed back flat on the floor. Bring it down to your belly. Do a nice inhalation up into a nice mini cobra. And then you can come back down. Let's do that again. Inhale up to a mini cobra. And down. Let's do one more. Inhale up to a mini cobra. And down. Curl those back toes under. And I want you to press up as if you were going into downward dog. But instead we're going to hold it into a little squatty position like this on our toes. And then come forward, hovering off the ground. Now your plank, you're coming forward. Go back, a little squat. Forward, hover into your plank. And one more for me. You can do it. Into your plank. And then I want you to transition to your downward dog. So let that go. Breathe in. Everything that is wonderful, let go. Anything that's stagnant from the morning, from the night before, let it go. And then walk your feet forward. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to hang over your front toes again. I want you to just let your arms sway side to side. On your mat, above your mat, wherever you are today. And slowly, very slowly, come up for me. Breathing in, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. And bring your arms, open your palms, reach for the sky. Inhale. Turn your palms. Exhale. One last time for me. Inhale. Bring them down this time to your heart center. Close your eyes if they're not already. I want you to take your hands to your third eye. It's in between your eyes, at your forehead, your third eye, your chakra. Hold it at your third chakra. Press your fingers into your forehead. Can you feel the energy that you've created in a few short minutes on your mat? Do you feel tingling? Do you feel better? Do you feel energetic in some way? I want you to take that with you through your day. Take that out into the world. Take that to someone you meet. Maybe it's someone along your path today. Give them a smile and let them know that it's all going to be okay. Bring your heart, your hands to your heart. I'd like you to bow down. Open your hands. Namaste. Until next time, we'll see you again on the mat. Take it out into the world.